Good day, everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome, bienvenue. Thank you for joining us today for day two of the first Veteran Family Summit. For the benefit of those joining us for the first time today, my name is Huff Mullock, and I'm the Lived Expertise Lead at Atlas Institute for Veterans and Families. I'm a veteran, recently retired after 40 years of service. Started off my service out in British Columbia in the Royal Westminster Regiment, then joined the regular force in the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, and then finished off the last 14 years of my career as a Class A reservist in Vancouver with the British Columbia Regiment. I've been posted all over Canada, and I've got a few deployments overseas. I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2004, and even though I've spent a bit of time in the military, I didn't really know too much about the journey that families go through, their mental health journey when they're living with a member who's been diagnosed with PTSD. So I'm here today to learn, just like you, and to see what resources are out there and what are some of the things that I can do with my family to continue on this healing journey. It's my absolute honor to serve as your MC today and to be part of the Lived Expertise team here at Atlas. We'd like to take a few moments to address some important acknowledgements. The land on which Atlas Institute for Veterans and Families operates is the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people. For thousands of years, the first people sought to steward the precious resources and share this land with others. These territories were the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the nations to peaceably share and care for the lands around the Great Lakes. We pledge to continue to walk together with Indigenous people in building a more just society where their gifts and those of all people are nurtured and honored. We had a fantastic day one that left our hearts and minds full. Today, we have a full schedule with Kathleen Mills as our keynote speaker, a presentation with Dr. Deborah Norris, a short break, and then a presentation with Dr. Helena Hawryluk and Jairus Popik. We close our day with our panel of veteran family members. In order to move ahead, we must cover a few housekeeping items to ensure that you have all the details that you need. And if you don't get all the details, or you're having a little bit of problems navigating right now because it's your first time here, don't worry, pop the questions into the chat and we'll get to you as best as we can. To begin, a quick check-in with you. If you find any of the conversations over the next 2 days difficult to listen to, and it brings up a range of emotions, we encourage you to care for your safety and well-being. Clinical support will be available during the keynotes and during the keynotes and the presentations today, and through email after the event. To access this support and other services, click on the Clinical Support tab on the menu at the top of the Virtual Summit platform. If you have any technical issues with accessing anything on the platform, click on the orange Technical Support button located on the bottom left of your screen. Live interpretation is available in both English and French for the sessions today. To access this feature in Zoom, click on the interpretation button at the bottom of your screen. Select your language of choice for the day, either French or English. And the interpretation button has a little globe as an identifier. Closed captioning is also available in several languages for today's sessions. To access this feature, click on your language of choice using the Wordly app. I've got rented lips this morning. To the right of your screen, click Attend after you choose your language. We would like to draw your attention to the Resource Booth tab on the top menu in the platform. We have many organizations that have provided resources and materials. You can add the items to your virtual swag bag for downloading later. Take a moment to visit and ask questions to the booth representatives. Your experience with the virtual summit is important to us. Click on the Tell Us What You Think tab on the menu at the top of the virtual summit platform. Please take a moment to complete today's evaluation at the end of the day. And you can only say nice things about the MC. We value your feedback. A couple of quick details. The platform has a game feature. Click on the Gamification tab on the top menu. Complete the list of prize-winning things to do. As you complete the tasks, you will be awarded points. Compete with others on the platform to win a prize. Prizes are from veteran and veteran family-owned organizations. In the Atlas booth, look for the document What You Wanted to Know for additional answers to your questions that you submitted during registration. We invite you to ask our presenters questions. Click on the Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom screen. Post your question. We will try to answer as many as possible at the end of each presentation. Our last housekeeping item, all presentations will be recorded. They will be available on the Summit platform with PowerPoints and any resource materials for the next 30 days. So I'm pleased to welcome back Fardows Hosseini, President and CEO of the Atlas Institute for Veterans and Families. Fardows has a background in neuroscience, in the neuroscience of addiction. His research focuses on strategic policy issues related to mental health system transformation. Also, veteran and family mental health, substance use and addiction, and mental health for newcomers and unrepresented groups. He also leads work in the field of moral injury. Hello, and welcome back, Fardows.
Thank you, Huff, and hopefully everyone is having a pleasant start to their Saturday. And huge welcome to everyone to day 2 of our Veteran Family Virtual Summit, Empowering Veteran Families Through Knowledge, Community, and Hope. So whether you're joining for the first time or you were able to be part of yesterday's powerful lineup, I'm pleased to know that you're here. I'm confident that the quality of information, resources being shared, and conversation happening over these 2 days will help immensely. Understanding the journey of the family when a loved one has a mental health injury allows us to create support for these individuals in their own right. As our name implies, at the Atlas Institute, we apply an approach which encompasses not only the veteran and their experience, but that of the family. Conversations in the past have often focused on the individual impacted. There's no doubt about the importance of supporting those who are experiencing mental health challenges, and certainly whose challenges are a direct result of their service. However, when having these conversations, we have to ensure the people closest to that individual, the family, however you choose to define it, is considered as well. Yesterday, the stage was set with Guy Dallaire grounding us in the experience of the family. This was followed by presentations from leading researchers in the field who brought important insights into a family-centric approach, compassion fatigue, along with information to understand, find support, and strengthen oneself when caring for a loved one with a mental health injury. These are all critically important conversations. And so if you weren't able to join us yesterday, please know all of these presentations will be available to you following the summit. In terms of today, we will continue to build on important information which was shared yesterday. As you know from the agenda, we have some excellent presenters, and I'm excited to be closing the day with the lived experience panel. I don't think there's a better way to do that than to hear firsthand from those who are part of the community and who live with this reality in their daily lives. Over the next few hours, you'll gain important information about tools and resources that may support you as a family member, or if you're a service provider, will continue to build your understanding of the family experience. So again, welcome on behalf of the Atlas Institute for Veterans and Families, and I'm pleased to turn this over now to our National Strategic Advisor for Families, Larissa Lamrock.
Good morning. Thank you, Fardows. Yesterday, I talked about how fortunate I felt to have opportunities through my professional work to have access to subject matter experts and information related to veteran and family mental health. But those opportunities helped me personally navigate my own journey as a spouse of a veteran with a traumatic stress injury. For the next few hours, Atlas continues to bring the same type of opportunities to you. When I first started in my position at Atlas, I was one of only 2 lived experience people on staff. I am humbled by the level of knowledge and expertise the civies who work at Atlas brought with them. They excel at what they do. And I wondered, why are they here? Why do they choose to serve my community? I remain humbled by that. So I wanted to share that perspective with you. If you feel alone, if you feel Canadians don't appreciate the sacrifices you have made as a veteran or veteran family member, remember and consider organizations like Atlas and others represented in our resource booths. Many of those who choose to work to support our community are civies. And to those civies, I sincerely thank you. And I want to do something now that's usually reserved for the end of the day. This summit has taken a lot of months to plan and has involved just about every kind of department at Atlas. So I want to say thank you so much to all of the team members who have brought this together. And I want to say it at the beginning of the day because it's important enough. We're going to repeat it again at the end of the day. But I know at the end of the day, folks sometimes drift off, and that's how important it is to me to thank the whole team that brought this together. I specifically want to thank the other core team members who worked on this daily over the last few months. Lynn, Veronica, and Sherry, I thank you very much. Atlas's lived experience team has grown since I joined, and I'm lucky enough to work with another veteran family member who is also an incredible advocate for families and happens to be a close friend. Polly Mahar is a lived expertise lead for families.
Hi there. I hope that you had many takeaways from yesterday's speakers and presentations. One of my mottos over the years has been take what you want and leave the rest. So what I mean by this is there was a lot of information yesterday. It was kind of coming out of a fire hose, maybe that's what you felt like. A lot of information, a lot of resources. So some of it might resonate with you and some of it might not. So take what you think is going to work for you and your family. There's no one size fits all for mental health journeys. It's a lot of trial and error, unfortunately. So take it slow, steady, and you will see the beacon of the light that's guiding you through your journey. And part of that is our speakers and resources that we're sharing with you. It's my hope that by joining us for these 2 days, we might make the road to recovery a little less bumpy for you and your family. Everything that Atlas does looks through the lens of the veteran and the family experience, which means we value and we need your input to continue to keep our finger on the pulse for the veteran and family community's needs in regards to mental health. So thanks for spending this time on yourself. Never stop building your knowledge and understanding, for it can help you move forward and toward a future of hope, health, improving your quality of life and relationships. And I'd also like to thank at this time the service providers and researchers that are on here as presenters, because what that shows myself and the community, I hope, is that they're invested in learning more and understanding more about our veteran community right from the lived experience lens. And as well, as Larissa said, we're kind of doing some thank yous beforehand. We'd like to thank the MFRCs because there's a few MFRCs out there that have chosen to stream this live event and have people in person. So thank you to all of those MFRCs, and a quick hi from Ontario here. And enjoy the day. I'm looking forward to hearing Kathleen. Over to you, Larissa.